there are going to be many cryptocurrencies that absolutely go parabolic along with Bitcoin during the rest of this Bitcoin bull run market. However, we're going to be talking about a few of them that have room for explosive growth and what's going to be driving them, which is of course the most important factor. That's what you're going to want to pay attention to. That along with some ETF news. ETFs, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and some others are making waves, not just in the United States, but globally. And we're going to be talking about what went down in the United States, Japan, and in the UK. And of course, cryptocurrency is now front and center in the United States political spectrum. We're going to be talking about what that could mean. Is this election year going to make a big difference? We're going to take a look. Hey everyone, my name is Randy and welcome back to the Late Night Grind. And right now on this channel we are covering cryptocurrency news, investment markets, and personal finance. So if any or all those topics interest you, go ahead, hit that subscribe button. Join the Late Night Grind community. If you do that, I greatly appreciate it. All right guys, let's jump into it. Okay, first, let's talk about the ETFs, because Bitcoin ETFs, of course, are making waves all spring. It is one of the catalysts that absolutely produced major Bitcoin price action, making it go parabolic since it was officially approved by the SEC earlier this year. Now, they're not the only ones to do it. Japan recently announced a Bitcoin ETF, and when they launched it, well, it wasn't exactly a huge coming out party for the Bitcoin price. It actually declined during the launch of the Japanese Bitcoin ETF. So was it really the ETFs that caused the Bitcoin price action, or was it a simple market cycle timing, or some of both? Well, as we get into what just happened, which is the Bitcoin halving, well, that's the other part of the equation that might have played into it. So as we know, there is some major institutional buying of Bitcoin from the United States and its wealth holders. Even though it might only be a few percent, that still represents a huge number in the Bitcoin realm, which of course has some of its value derived from its scarcity. But what is happening next? Well, Ethereum ETFs are on the verge of being approved by the United States SEC. Love it or hate it, it's probably going to happen. Now, it doesn't mean it's going to be traded tomorrow or really anytime soon. In fact, there's probably going to be at least several months before it is officially approved and can start trading on the US markets. However, in the UK, it just started. That's right, on the 28th of May, the London Stock Exchange listed its first Ethereum-based ETF for trading. Now, some of the speculators are saying that the Ethereum-based ETF's probably only going to see about 25% of the buying volume that Bitcoin did, which makes sense. It obviously has a smaller market share overall. The cryptocurrency market cap, it's not as popular. Some people don't even know what Ethereum is. They only know the Bitcoin name. Many people don't even know what cryptocurrencies are, but they just know that it's a digital asset and they're putting some of their wealth into it. That aside, Ethereum getting its ETF approved in the United States is still going to be big news. It's going to happen globally as well. It's going to push digital assets and digital currencies into even more of a mainstream realm, even more than Bitcoin did, because it's going to start opening some eyes to other people around the world and even in the United States that there's more than just Bitcoin out there, which in my opinion is a good thing, regardless of what you think about Ethereum and whether or not it's actually a security and whether or not the whole infrastructure of it was shady to begin with. So now that we have the huge institutional buying power through these ETFs, what are we looking at from a time frame perspective? Because in my opinion, there's a lot of cryptos that are going to absolutely explode. Some of which have already exploded, some of which still have a lot of room for growth. And why is that? Well, I'm about to get into it. But before I do, I wanted to talk to you about the partnership that this channel has with Fairdesk. And I want to invite you to go ahead, click the link in the description below, and start trading on Fairdesk. You can trade cryptocurrencies there, you can trade Bitcoin, you can trade Ethereum, meme coins, all kinds of tokens. If you are a seasoned trader, you're going to want to check it out because Fairdesk has some of the lowest trading fees in all of cryptocurrency. In fact, they had the second lowest fees of any trading desk in all of cryptocurrency, which is a big deal. And right now they're actually running a trading competition where you're going to get bonuses based on trading volume. If you do 1 million in trading volume, you're going to get a $100 cash bonus. If you do up to 500 million, you get a $50,000 cash bonus. So there's some big money being thrown around in bonuses. You'll also get free VIP upgrades based on how much you trade. You'll also get P&L rebates based on how much you trade. That's right, if you incur a loss while you're trading, you can get some of that back, anywhere from 3% to 30%, depending on your volume. That's huge. And not only that, you also get VIP status and those cheap fees moving into perpetuity, meaning whatever you're doing there in this competition, they'll actually keep you at that level on your account as you continue trading into the future. Go ahead and check it out right now. Fairdesk is United States friendly. There's no KYC. You can KYC if you want to. They give a bonus for that, but it is not necessary. Anybody can go trade on Fairdesk right now. There's a link in the description below. And like I said, it is only going through June 3rd, so you can start racking up that trading volume right now and see what you'll be eligible for. All right, so now let's get into some of these tokens that have huge room for growth during this Bitcoin bull run. And keep in mind, this is a US election cycle for president. Donald Trump is running for president, which brings me to my number one token that has room for growth, parabolic growth in this bull run, and that is Pepe. Yes, it's a meme coin. Now, Pepe became popular as kind of a right-wing meme when Donald Trump was running for president in 2016 and 2020, and of course, it has turned into a cryptocurrency. It has exploded. It's given huge ROI to its early investors. But here's the thing. This is the election cycle. Like I said, from now until November of 2024, there's going to be even more social media postings that involve Pepe, the cryptocurrency, and that involve things regarding this election, specifically because Donald Trump is running, and this is just something that is driven by a narrative. Which brings me to the biggest point of this video that I want you to take away, and that is, seeing tokens that have the biggest room for growth is follow the narrative. Right now we have political narratives. It's an election year. Donald Trump was just at a rally and he sided with cryptocurrency holders. He sided for self-custody. He is against central bank digital currencies. He has acknowledged that there are 50 million cryptocurrency holders in the United States, and he is absolutely going to be on their side. Now, this is big for Bitcoin for two reasons. Number one, if Donald Trump would get elected, I believe he is going to keep his word and be a very cryptocurrency-friendly president. Number two, it forces Democrats to pick a side. Are they going to be pro-cryptocurrency as well, which many of them already are, or are they going to risk it and kind of go opposite and push back on what Trump was saying? That's a very risky play with, like I said, 50 million residents in the United States currently holding cryptocurrency. Narrative-driven. Keep that in mind. Narrative-driven. Number two, Solana. Another narrative is that the DeFi space and meme coin world is absolutely exploding. Now, Solana was dubbed as the Ethereum killer early on, and now that Ethereum is probably getting its ETFs, I don't think it's going anywhere anytime soon. I don't think Solana will overtake it necessarily. However, it does have room for explosive growth. It already had a huge leg up earlier in the year when it went from $100 to $200. It's currently at about $170 as I'm making this video. I think there is a lot more room for growth, especially if Bitcoin continues its next leg up. In alt season, Solana may be one of your biggest leaders by market cap. The next one, also narrative driven, Dogecoin. Now, what drives Dogecoin in terms of narratives? Well, mainly it's Elon Musk, right? Well, he's one of the biggest names. He's one of the biggest names of social media. He's the richest guy in the world. He's all over the news. So with him as kind of a promoter of Dogecoin, that's not exactly a narrative, but it does produce one thing that I'm very familiar with, and that is a strong community. I've been in the XRP community for years, and I believe it is the strongest community in all of cryptocurrency. And the one thing that I see in the Dogecoin community that's very similar is that A, it has a very loyal following, B, it is growing, it's withstood some pressures and some of the tests that have come along the way via other narratives, and it's one of the OGs. It's similar to Bitcoin in the fact that it's been around for a long time, and it actually has a big, strong name. It's not one that was just created yesterday. And finally, I wanted to bring you to one of the biggest narratives that could be for 2024's bull run, and that is AI. So what's going to be leading the AI cryptocurrency world? A few that come to mind, but the one I'm pointing to is Jasmy. Jasmy. It's one of the cryptocurrencies that had a big move earlier in the year, and as of right now, it's doing the same thing Bitcoin did. It's kind of in a holding pattern. Its trading is choppy, and a lot of people think that it's consolidating for a huge move upward, a parabolic move upward, when Bitcoin continues its next leg up. AI, of course, exploding into the world with ChatGPT, Google, among other companies that are now producing their own AI technologies. Jasmy, which is very much involved in the AI world, could be leading that charge. It's definitely one to keep an eye on. Now, of course, none of this is financial advice. Please do your own due diligence. I'm just talking about the stuff that I research myself. So finally, I want to talk about when this next price action move could be coming for Bitcoin, for the rest of the crypto market. because I've been doing some research into the halving. In fact, I did this research right around the halving back in April. Now, the last 4 halvings, they all basically had very similar structures before and after the halving. And there's a reason why a lot of people say that the halving is kind of the catalyst or what triggers a Bitcoin bull run. Well, it's not what triggers it, but it is something that is very time frame specific as to why Bitcoin's price moves the way it does. Now, the last 4 halvings, a couple of weeks before the halvings, they all have the same exact pattern. There is a big spike up followed by a retracement and then a lull, basically a sideways chop in which the price action really doesn't go anywhere. Now, in the last 4 halvings, that has taken anywhere from about 3 weeks to 10 weeks before Bitcoin actually did anything. And this halving is no different. Right now, it's producing on the charts what they call a bull flag, meaning there is a leg up, it consolidates into what looks like a flag, hence a bull flag, before it continues its next leg up. Now, the odds say that it's going to have another upside, but of course, that doesn't guarantee it. And a lot of the technical analysis, and of course many people in the crypto world, the trading world, the investing world do believe that there is a much, much bigger price action, a parabolic move for Bitcoin and the rest of the cryptocurrency market to come. What would that timing be? Well, from my research and from some of the analysis that I saw, it looks like beginning to middle of July, you could start to see a breakout of that pattern in which Bitcoin goes on its next leg up. This is, of course, when you're going to keep an eye out for some of the altcoins to make big moves as well. Close to when Bitcoin is making its move or close to the end of when Bitcoin is making its move. Keep an eye on those coins that I mentioned and keep an eye on the narratives. Now, what did they all have in common? They were all very narrative driven. In fact, the last 2 Bitcoin bull runs, all of the biggest movers, the 10x, the 20x, the 100x tokens, almost all of them were heavily narrative driven. So let me know in the comment section down below which narratives you are following, which narratives your portfolio has, or if you're looking to add a specific one, or if you think something's just going to come out of the middle of nowhere. Also, let me know what you think the United States Congress is going to do about cryptocurrency regulation. Do you think it's all just a bunch of talk to get votes, or do you think there's actually going to be an attempt to make the United States one of the leaders in cryptocurrency usage development? All right, guys, don't forget, you can follow me on X. There's a link in the description below. And if you want to start trading, if you're already a trader and you want to get super cheap fees and get some cashback bonuses, you're going to want to check out Fairdesk, link in the description below. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching and giving this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys on the next video.